guys, and welcome to the Demon Pod. I'm Eddie Salinas,
And I'm Dimitro Jorge.
and in this podcast, or wherever you guys are listening or watching this from, we're going to be interviewing football players and talking about the game that has previously happened the week before. We are here with...
Sonday. Hi.
What grade are you in?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior? And what position do you play?
Linebacker and running back.
Okay. What were your thoughts going into the game last?
Just to get it over with, to be honest. But they competed good. They were better than last year. But I thought we came out better and stronger than we were last year also.
I mean, you took a dub.
Yeah, it's always good. Always good.
So I heard you had a really good block.
Yeah, that's just my main assignment, just to block for the running backs, But whatever helps the team,
Yeah, what goes through your mind when you're on the field? What are you thinking at that moment?
I really just kind of close my eyes and run. Kind of close my eyes. Nothing really goes through my head. I'm short-minded.
I like that.
So how do you think your contributions to the team affected the win?
I don't know. I just my hard work in the summertime I just put in, and the bond I have with everybody on the team is just, I don't know, my brotherhood for everybody. I stand up for everybody. I'm just a team player. I believe anyway.
That's nice, actually. That's nice.
Yeah.
So, another question I'm gonna ask: What motivates you to do football? What gets you up every single day to go to practice?
Just my family, my mom mainly. I just love putting a smile on her face, seeing the joy I bring her playing sports. There's nothing to it. I just love seeing people happy for the most part.
Are you excited for this upcoming game against Jackson?
I am. It will be a test, but I am ready. I like to prove being the underdog going into it.
Have you heard any news from them? Cause I've heard rumors around the school that you guys have a chance.
We do have a chance, but coming into this game, we are a little nervous, but we will try to fight. But they do have the number one recruit in Kansas as linebacker. But if we just take care of him and do our responsibilities, we should be fine.
I like that.
That's good.
What are your thoughts going into the season, just the whole season all around? Any worries, even for this game or future games?
I'm just worried about injuries. We're all a little banged up and sore and stuff, but other than that, I just feel like we're a lot closer than we were last year, and I'm just happy and excited for the rest of the season.
Yeah. So, side question: what is your pregame routine?
My pregame routine?
Go into depth. I want to know.
Go into depth?
Yeah,
do you do your pregame routine by yourself, or do you guys do something as a team?
Yeah.
Well, my personal routine, always get lemonade and Skittles, always. And then just listen to rock music, 90s, 80s rock music for a good hour before the game. Before that, after I listen to my rock music, I go around hyping everybody else up, making sure everybody's locked in. And then after that prayer, we take a prayer before the game where everybody's just locked in and ready to go, and I love that. That's just our pregame.
You ever get bits of excitement when you're going onto the field and everyone's just cheering?
Yeah, I always stand off to the side and just pump myself up and stuff, just get in my mind. But yeah, I love it.
That's nice.
So how do you think the environment is on the field, as you're in the moment, with the crowd roaring and everything?
It's usually quiet to me. It doesn't block out the noise, but it's always fast paced. It's really fast, and sometimes when a play goes wrong, emotions get high, but that's just part of the game. So.
What's the best way I could put this? What are you most excited for in the season? What are you really, anything you want to improve on or anything the team?
For me, I feel like I'm overlooked for colleges, but I want to prove that, and so I want to prove my worth to other colleges and stuff like that. But I'm excited to see how we turn out and do and how we compare to last season. But I just want to see us grow as a team and not de-escalate like we did last year.
To kind of say, add more to that, How do you think you guys are now than last year? Like, do you think you improved? Do you think changes were made? Yeah. Or like.
Yeah, we've got that brotherhood. We got that connection. Like we got each other's backs, and we're never betray each other. We're just there for one another. And if you have that, then you're not gonna have like miscues and arguments all the time. So it's just better to be around, and it's funner to play with them.
Mm.
So looking at the roster, I saw most of the teams made up of sophomores and juniors. How do you think you guys are going to develop within this year to next year?
Oh, we're just gonna get stronger. To be honest, we will get stronger, and we'll just get better and better. But I'm gonna miss the seniors for sure. Those are my guys. But yeah, the sophomores, they're holding their own. Like Cordell and all them, they're holding their own. Easton, all of them. But yeah, I can't wait to see us grow up as seniors and juniors next year. We'll be something to mess with.
Yeah. So how do you think you guys are going to finish off the season? Do you guys are you guys hoping for a better record? Which I hope you guys do.
Yeah, we're hoping, but honestly, I think we will get the better record, a winning record this year, and not a losing one like we had last year. But if we just stay together and stay healthy, then we'll get the job done.
Mm-hmm. What's it called? Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought here. But back to like last game. Do you think anything could be adjusted from like? Did you guys adjust anything, or did you adjust anything from last game to now?
Yeah, we adjusted the little things, but nothing too big. Just switched a couple plays around. Personally, I adjusted the way I play, my stance, and how far I go out on some formations on defense and stuff like that. But nothing too much. We were firing all cylinders. It was just a little slow. We switched our passing routes up a little bit, you know.
Mm. That's nice.
So I've noticed you've been touching the topic of you guys like having a bond. Like, what do you guys do to keep that bond? Do you guys like hang out after practice or things like that?
I don't know. It's just like the summertime. We'd work out early in the morning, come to the fields late at night, just all week, and always hang out in the summer times. And like when Cooper got hurt, we all went to his house and just spent time with him and made sure he was okay. So it's just the little things, to be honest. But yeah, we hang out every once in a while. Always stay close to each other.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel when you go to practice? Like,
oh, I'm excited. I am excited. It's just I'm always a little sore, so I'm trying to be careful with it. But I am excited. I love those guys, and just can't wait to compete with them and see them.
What's personally like? Everyone has their favorite thing at practice. What is your favorite thing at practice?
Favorite thing? Probably defense. Live defense. I love playing live defense.
Explain that to the people that may not know who that is.
So,
what that is, my fault.
Our first defense against our second offense is just like the other team is getting our looks, so they're running plays at us for the other team. And I just love playing against it, so I can see what the other team's doing, and I can just get ready in the mindset. And so, I don't know, I just like hitting, to be honest. It's what I'm made for.
Ready to run into people?
Yeah.
And do you ever find like conflicts when it comes to that, like running into people? Do they ever take it the wrong way? Do you ever have backlash to it?
No, I am. Like, if you see me on the football field, I do run my mouth every once in a while. They do say something, but, you know, everybody just has good sportsmanship every once in a while. There's always that one person, you know. But other than that, it's just normal football. Get up and go on.
I remember, I think last game you guys got like 2 to 3 interceptions. How does that make you feel at that moment?
Oh, it's great, to be honest. To get a pick and watching your team celebrate, it's just wonderful. To know you guys have been working all week and it's finally paid off and you get to see that happen in a real game, it's great.
What do you think like a good team goal you guys would set, or did you guys like set one?
A team goal? I don't know. We haven't really set one.
No.
Since like the whole theme this pretty much season is uncommon, what makes you uncommon? What makes you different from the rest of your team or your players?
I don't know. I feel like I've always been like standing out. I don't really hang out with people, but I'm always in the loop and bond with people. But I think just how hard I work, to be honest, like on and off the field all year round. Like wake up early in the morning, go to work, come to weights, just all that stuff. Just my work ethic makes me different from most people.
And about your work ethic, what would you like? How would you say you improved on your work ethic? Because you did say that you took some major improvements from this year to.
I think I matured a lot and grew up a lot. Like last year, I missed a couple more workouts than I probably should have, and this year I promised myself I wouldn't. And I feel like pushing myself to be better just made me be more of a leader to the team. And I made my brother get up. He was a freshman this year, and he didn't really want to. So I made him get better, which made me. I feel like a leader more, but just to I don't know.
No, I get you. I get you. So about that, so off season, how would you say how much work did you put in the off season?
Oh, I grinded, to be honest. I just grinded morning and always ran in the evenings when it cooled down. And recovery, that's a big part. That's what I did. I iced a lot and stuff like that. But we worked a lot. The team worked a lot together. We were doing 7-on-7s. Like, you take your skill people against other people's skill. And we competed pretty good against some high-end teams. So we worked pretty hard for this, and we deserve it. I think we'll get it.
So, with the whole Ring of Honor and the whole football game coming up and all that, you have anything going into the game that you might be concerned of about the other team? I know they're good.
Yeah.
And
No, it's a little concerning. Junction is pretty big. They got some big athletes, and we're a smaller team, younger team. Junction's all seniors basically, but if we do our responsibilities right, we should be fine. So, just a little nervous for like all the fans and the old heads coming out that actually played and see some good football in their life. I just want to impress them and not let them down.
that's nice. I was just gonna get on topic of that. Like, do you feel a certain way when you see a big crowd, like, to when there's like nobody there?
Yes and no at the same time. It just kind of depends who's watching. Like, if I feel like I have something to prove, then I always feel like that, but it just depends who's watching, to be honest.
Would you say that, like, our student section, for all the students that may be listening or watching, do you think that, like, their contribution to the game affects you in any way, just like their cheaters?
Oh, yeah. I love the student section. I love the band. It's just a big part of Friday nights. That's what you look up for. You see the bright lights, the band playing, your student section going crazy. That's just what it's all about. It's bringing the whole school together, the whole town. It's just that's what you play for.
That's all right, bro. But how do you feel when you come out of a game, win or lose? Like, depending. Like, let's say for a scenario, like you won this game. How would you come out that game? Like,
It's great. It's great. Your adrenaline's still pumping through your body. You can go celebrate with your team, listen to some music, dance a little bit, watch your coaches dance. Ferg will get down every once in a while. But it's just great. See everybody happy, see all the smiles on your face. But even if you lose, just coming out of that game and seeing how you guys come back together on a Monday, knowing you guys lost, how you guys come back from that. That's what makes a great team, right there.
I like that answer. That is a really good answer. What would you say is like your top memory of the team? Like, what is a memory that you keep in your mind always? Like, when you mention your team, like throughout this podcast or like anytime, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Just how we can make jokes and everybody just takes it, Just we can always just laugh around and stuff like that. Like, everybody anywhere, if I see them, always dap them up, Everybody's always got a smile on their face to say hi. Nobody acts like a stranger, But, this summer, when we went to Hayes, that was pretty fun. Had made a couple memories up there. I won't ever forget them. I love these guys, It's my family.
Yeah. And when it comes to long bus rides, because I hear like
Some of them could get up to like 3-4 hours sometimes.
yeah. So like how do you feel? Because like that's like I know that's like has nothing to do with your pregame like routine, but like even then it's just like 4 hours of just like how do you?
It's pretty long, you know. I try to get a good seat, but you know, I always take the floor. And if it's like 4 hours, prop up a pillow on the floor, put my iPad up, and just watch it. Try to take a nap or something. But on the way up there, it's quiet. Coaches make it quiet. You know, I love that. And take a good nap. You know, lock in. On the way back, it's crazy. It's crazy for the first good hour, and then everybody starts to go to sleep and. You know, just relax after that. Catch a cramp every once in a while, you know.
Feel that, bro. So we've been talking about pre-game routine. Is there anything you do post-game, like after any game?
Ice. Gotta ice. Yeah. You get a lot of bumps and bruises, and you just gotta ice it up and stretch. The next day is pretty big, you know. You can't just be tight and then come back on a Monday and put in the work again. So you just gotta stretch and ice and take care of your body for the most part. That's one of the biggest parts of the game. That's what keeps you healthy throughout the season.
So I know there's like a big mental part of football. Like, what mentally, like, do you say keeps you going? Like,
mentally, I just gotta make myself proud at the end of the day. But during the game, mentally, you can't play scared. You just gotta go out there, mind wide open. Just be you and just know it's just a game. You're coming home at the end of the day, you know. You play for one another. Nothing bad's gonna happen, you know. Just don't play scared. That's about it.
And well, wait, how did you figure this out? Like, how do you know like that this is your way? Cause
you know, growing up, I've always been like the bigger kid and always loved to compete. But when it came down to it, like I played in 3A Cimarron. I was a freshman starting there, and 3A had some big dudes growing up, and I played scared. I'll admit I did play scared. I ran away from a guy and I got hit pretty hard, and I got injured, and ever since then, I've learned to play fast, play physical, play with no fear. And ever since then, I've been the intimidator, and I haven't got hurt, just some bumps and bruises here and there, but you can't play scared. It's just not good, you know.
when you go onto the field, you're representing not only yourself but the people around you and our school.
Yeah, that's what I play for, you know. I played for Cimarron and now for a Demon. I love this a lot more, to be honest. Just I love representing the town of Dodge. You know, I grew up in this town, small town, you know. I love being the underdog. That's what Dodge is, the underdog, and I just love doing that. And just being a Demon's great.
so you mentioned like you came from Cimarron. Like, I think you guys faced them last year, if I'm not wrong.
A couple years ago, I did play Dodge, yeah, for Cimarron.
How does that compare like to now? Like, let's say, because I know you do track, right?
Yeah.
So like, whenever you face them in track, like, do you recognize some of them? Like, do you still have bonds from Cimarron?
Yeah, I see some friends here and there, you know. My cousin goes to Cimarron, so it's always good to compete against him in like shot put and stuff like that, you know. But I got some friends in Cimarron, you know. So always praying for them, but you know, still a Demon at the end of the day. So gotta compete.
We all have like favorite memories of games and like, you know, of special events. What is one core game moment that lives in your head rent free, pretty much? Just like one time you did your best, maybe if it's like an interception or you just kept, you know.
One moment that lives rent free in my head is just like, I don't know, running out on the field for the Hatchet game last year in Wichita. Seeing all those fans was just great, you know. Making some big plays, hearing my name over the intercom and seeing all like the fans and the student section just playing. That was wonderful. That'll always live with me, you know.
Speaking of the Hatchet game, are you excited for that? Yeah.
I am. I'm pumped. That's the biggest game of the year to me. It's just like a playoff game, you know, because you're gonna hear it for the rest of the year. Basketball games, track meets, and all of them. You're gonna always hear it. It's a good rivalry. I think it'll be close this year.
Hatchet games are always so big.
Yeah.
Always loved them Hatchet games. It's like, I don't know how it is for you, but when I see them, we're just like even on like, cause I think even like news broadcasters come to even like interview you guys and like check it, and like it's just always so like surreal that this like this hatchet could mean so much to two towns, and it's not even just about the hatchet; it's just the rivalry and like the friendly competition about that. Which, when it comes to that, like, do you see these schools as like how do you see these schools? Like when you like hear of Junction or Garden or Liberal, like.
To me, at the end of the day, we're all kids, you know. Just some kids are built different, so they're just kids. Got to go compete, but the hatchet game, that's the game I get like the most amped up for and most mentally prepared for. I'm locked in all week, you know. That's when I got to represent and show out, you know, because everybody's there and then everybody's watching. You got to make your school proud because everybody's going to hear about it for the rest of the year, you know.
It comes down to it, like, for this whole podcast, like, you are a team player. You practically show that throughout this podcast, and that's what I like. Like people like you on our Dodge City football team are, like, you know, you care about the school, you care about the student section, you care about football, and it's like. It's so, like, to me at least.
Yeah, it's like you show it's more than just a game to you. Like.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. I love the sport. I love this school. You know, to make people happy is why I play. You know, if we win, everybody celebrates and stuff like that. And everybody comes out on a Friday night to hang out with their friends. You know, it's a good way to start the weekend. Show people, you know, just a win, you know.
Win is a win. Well, that's going to do it for today's podcast, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. And, you know, what's next game? Dodge City versus Junction City, right?
Yeah.
Huh? So this Friday, September 8th. And don't miss it because these guys are going to go hard. These guys are going to play hard.
Big game.
It's going to be a big game. Ring of Honor, too. So thank you for listening or watching to wherever you guys are seeing this or listening to this from. And thank you once again for coming out.
I loved it. It was great.
Yeah. And we'll see you guys in the next podcast. Remember, September 8th at 7. Don't miss it. Dodge City Demons versus Junction City.